Good morning, everybody. How are you? It is Monday morning. The ice has gone. The frost has gone. Well, for my area anyway. I don't know about your area, but my area, it has gone. It is, don't get me wrong, it's wet and a little bit windy, but it is hot. For the first time, I don't know if I'm going to wear a coat today. It's getting to the springtime. I love it. It's just this time of year is so exciting for me because get the caravan out. Not yet, but we're going to get the caravan out soon. And it just means that you're just looking forward to the summer. And don't get me wrong, I love the winter as well because I love wrapping up a little blanket and on the sofa. I enjoy all that. I enjoy the seasons. And now just looking forward to the heat, the sun, the hotness, just when you wake up and it's bright sunshine. Oh, I can't wait. Anyway, and what does that mean? It also means moving. So let's get it back to self-storage. Like the way I linked that, I linked it straight back to self-storage. And so then it gets back to moving people in. Extra square foot. It is brilliant. Hopefully, we're going to have a very, very, very good summer. I like the quotes. I love how many people are visiting the website. It's all looking good. I think it's going to be a very fruitful summer. I really do. I think it's going to be back to its best. So, Willerby. On Mondays, what we do is we go through Willerby numbers. Tuesday, we're going to go through Clough Road and Beverley. And then I might do a special episode on Wednesday about Wrexham, tell you how things are going. It's not going really well at the minute in terms of we aren't for some reason, don't know what the reason is, we aren't converting the quotes, the actual quotes we're getting. We're not converting them. I don't know why. Is it the price? Is it the way we subconsciously think about Wrexham because it's a different business kind of thing? So we need to integrate it better and we need to do something. So yeah, I might do a deep dive on that on Wednesday and then Friday we just do, I don't know what Friday. I haven't recorded it yet, so we don't know yet. So how did we do last week at Willerby? Well, there's some good, but there's also some bad. And my team got a big WhatsApp voicemail yesterday saying, look, what's going on? We need to do this. We need to do that. That was last night. About 4:30, somewhere on there. So I'm sure that they really appreciated me moaning at that time. But do you know what? We hold ourselves to very, very high standards. And like I say, that when we're a very relaxed company, very, very relaxed, but also we do have targets to meet and we do want to make sure we're hitting those targets. The reason why it was concerning for me this week at Willerby, and I'm very honest, as you guys know, and probably too honest at times, but I'm going to continue to be so because I enjoy doing it. I think it's good to see the real insider stories, not just the glamorous bits, not glamorous. There's no glamorous in self-storage, not just the good bits about making tons of money and everything like that, because I'm sure you do overall in self-storage, but the heartache, there's no point in me saying that it's all good when I'm leaving out the negative parts. I mean, raising cash, the actual cash flow, because it's always tight. It's a capital intensive business because expansions cost money and it takes time to get that money back. They're the negatives. And when we do have a negative week, I want to tell you about it as well. I want to show you. And this week was no difference. So if you remember last week, I said that we're going to hopefully hit around about 1,200 square foot up this week. And the reason being is because if you look at the very, very bottom of my report, and by the way, if you want to see these reports, go over to mrselfstorage.com and put in your email address there. We send you a daily email apart from Sundays, all about my business, what's happening, and industry news as well. It's really, really good. Getting really good feedback, by the way. So go and log on. And so what we do at the end of a report is we tell you how much square foot is expected next week and how much square foot is expected out next week. And therefore, with that, we can just about guesstimate how much the square footage is going to be. So last week, we was expecting 700 on odd, say 750 square foot extra so it's 750 square foot more of move-ins than move-outs. And then I'm just getting a phone call. Who is it? Oh, it's my wife. And then what I normally do is I normally add 500 square foot on that because then we get people who don't move out, who said they're going to move out, and then we get extra movers during the week. So I was expecting around about 1,200 square foot net last week, which is going to be amazing. Guess what we got? We got 125 square foot. So obviously during the week when I knew that wasn't getting the move-ins we was expecting, I started asking questions saying, look, what's happening? Where are these people coming? What's happened to the move-ins? And I got told that they're going in next week because some people have delayed the move-ins. Absolutely fine. That happens. No problem. But then I've looked at the figures this week and we're only expecting 550 square foot due in next week. Anything below 750 for me is a poor week. We want to be expecting around about 750 to make sure we're going to hit over 1,000 square foot moved in. And so then I'm thinking, well, wait a second. Where have those people gone? So I just want to make sure that we're not the cancelled reservations, expired reservations. I just want to make sure that the percentage of those isn't increasing too much. And so also I just want to make sure the team is aware that we're expected a good week and we didn't have a good week. So as nice as I want to be, I still want to ask questions. I think it's vitally important as a business owner, leader, to ask the questions and ask the right questions. And by the way, there's always a normal explanation. But for me, I just want to know more about it. What is the reason why we didn't hit the 1,200 square foot up last week? We only hit 125 square foot up, it's nowhere near what I was expecting and what we was hoping for. And you never know, this week might be completely, mind you, we're still only expecting 550 square foot in this week and 300 square foot moved out. But it's just asking the question. So I suppose on the face of it, if you just look at the face of it, the week looks an all right week. 125 square foot up is meh. In March, I suppose you want to start gaining square footage, especially when you've had the December, January, and February we've lost a lot of square foot in that time. So you would expect to start gaining square footage now. And so, yeah, the square footage would be a little bit of a negative, only 125 square foot per normal week. The reservations conversion rate is good. The moving conversion rate is good. I think the one thing that's tarnished it for me and made me put negative glasses on this last week is the expectation. It's always expectations, by the way, that kill you in life. When you fall out with somebody, it's because your level of expectation didn't meet the reality. Or when you get disappointed with somebody, it's always expectations. When you have expectations of somebody or something, then that is when that you can be positive or negative about a situation, more like negative anyway. I go into all that on Motivate Entrepreneurs, my podcast, my daily podcast about all positivity and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I think that's the reason why I put my negative specs on, because we was expecting such a good week and we didn't get it. Anyway, so let's dive into this week. I'm going to have a swig of tea. My son always goes, Dad, why do you So I enjoy it, bud. Right, so 31 quotes last week. That's really good, really good. And we got more quotes at Clough Road, but Clough Road's reservations and move-ins was not as good as this. So number of move-ins, so reservations was 11. 11 reservations. You can't argue with that, can you? That is some good shit there. That is 35% conversion rates from quotes to reservations. No complaints there. That's amazing. But I just want to make sure that we aren't losing these. It's all right reserving, but they only count it for moving. So reservation is only really, it's a lagging indicator, if you like, because then it's got to go to a reservation. And so a moving. And it only really counts as a reservation if we get to that moving. If we don't get to that moving point, it obviously don't count. So we want to make sure that that they transpire into move-ins. How many move-ins did we get? We got 10. Which is good in the face of it, but we was expecting more. That, my friends, is why I'm a little bit disappointed, because we was expecting more. And we did get people to reserve this week and move in this week as well. So I don't know what happened with that 1,400 square foot. I really need to get to the bottom of it. As you can tell, it has irked me. Because we don't want to be in a situation where we're only 72% full. 72% full, that is shocking, especially when we went to 90-odd%. And in October, end of October, we was the highest net square foot of this facility we've ever been. I don't even think we'll get back to that. Might get back to that square footage by the end of the summer. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So 10 move-ins. On the face of it, it's pretty good, but not when you compare how many move-ins was due. That is a conversion rate of 32%. Again, the conversion rate, you can't complain. 32%. Conversions from quotes to move-ins, really good. Don't forget, we are now hiding our prices behind an information wall. I personally think that works a lot better. Anybody who's doing it the other way around, test it. It might not work. I think it will, though. But I think it might work. And the only way you find out is testing it. Because we've tested it, we think it's working. And all the people in the industry agree. Big Yellow agree, SafeStore agree, all the big companies. I know Shawguard do it differently, but Laura Moxon, the pay-per-clicks girl, she agrees. Dave Davies, he agrees. Hiding prices, all these people, well, they can be wrong, but I don't think they are. And I always say, when everybody's doing one thing, you go the other way. You zig when others are zagging. But on this occasion, I really still believe we've tested it. And so I think that it's definitely better hiding your prices. And I don't want to hide my prices. I would rather, of course, I've got a dog in the race. I would rather my staff, the reservations just come in without us doing anything. Of course I would. But the data just don't support that. Right. In my opinion, and in the data that we've got. So how many times was van rented? Went new move-ins. We had 810 square foot moved in. Nobody took extra room. So the total move-ins was 810 square foot. The van was only rented out. Guess how many times? And by the way, for you who's on the podcast, I was having a swig of tea then. It was 4. Oh, some of you got it right. Woo! 810 square foot moved in, 685 moved out. So that was a net square footage of 125 square foot. Amount of rooms moved in was 10. Amount of rooms moved out was 8. So that was net 2. So we've got 316 internal rooms occupied. We've got 38 containers rented out, 1 in and 1 out last week. We've still got 3 car parking spaces, and we're 72.3% occupied. The average weekly merchandise sales was rubbish. £8.54 per move-in. That, my friends, is shocking. Amount of insurance sold this week. This is good. Average of £6,800 per move-in. So that's £68,000 worth of insurance sold. Really, really good. This next week, we are due 7 move-ins for 550 square foot, and we're due 4 move-outs for 300 square foot. So it's actually good on the move-outs. The chain rate is looking good. Guess how much money we took last week? We took £39,636.59. I actually think that's a goddamn record. We took, bloody hell, we took £3,760 at Wrexham. Good job, because we're spending money like it's going out of fashion there. We're just improving the site and it's costing us money. But again, I'm going to log all this down and tell you exactly what we're doing, how we're doing it, and hopefully by the end of the year, we're going to show a big net profit increase. Clough Road, £5,803 takings. Beverley, £3,785 takings with £183 of bounce direct debits. Willerby, we took £26,287. So £207.40 of bounce direct debits. So that, my friends, has to be, I believe that's a record for takings. Yay! Woo! So, and that's the first time I've seen that, by the way. I didn't actually look how much money you've taken. I know the bank balance is, so I knew it was an all right week. Anyway, that's it from me, my friends. I'm going to go play football with the kids, and I will see you. I'll see you when I'll see you tomorrow, obviously. See you soon. Love you. Appreciate you. Bye.